Hello everyone, welcome again. In this Java for Testers tutorial, we are going to learn how you can read the data from the Excel file. So in the previous tutorial, we have understood that using Apache POI API, you can write the data into Excel file, and now we'll understand how you can write the program to read the data within the Excel file that is there in your program. Now this is very common scenario in the Selenium automation, that reading and writing the data from Excel file or external files. So please go through this couple of times and make yourself comfortable with this concept before you actually go ahead and learn the Selenium framework. So if I take this example here, so this is the Excel file that I have, and I have some data that I have already stored in here, right? So it's numeric numbers, and then you have some strings as well. So this is the data that we want to read. So let me close this, and here I'll create a new class and I'll name it as read data from XLS. Let me include the main method here, and all right. So the first step in reading any of the data is basically, so we have already seen this couple of times in reading the other types of files. So we have to create an object of the file class and then file input stream. So file class, so we'll just say file F, and then we'll create a new file, and we need to provide the file that we want to read, the location of the file that we want to read. So if I just right click and click on the properties, I'll get the location of this particular file. So let me copy this and simply put this location into curly braces, and in the windows it will automatically add double backslash. So if not, you simply have to add double backslash in the location. Please remember that, because in Java single slash is considered an escape character, so you have to add double backslash. So just import the file class. Now the next step is to create an object of the file input stream, right? So to write the file, or to write any data into the file, we create an object of the file output stream. To read, we need to create an object of the file input stream. File input stream, that's another class in Java, and we'll create an object of the file input stream class, and this takes the reference of the file that you have specified, or the new file that you have created. So we'll simply say new file input stream, and it takes the reference of the file that we have created. So we just pass this reference in this particular object, right? Now just import file input stream and then add the throws declaration. All right. Now the next step is, now because we are reading the Excel file, the next step is basically to open the workbook, right? So, or have the workbook created before we actually can read it, right? So we need to create, or we just need to say workbook, and then I'll say WB, and there is another class which is Workbook Factory. All right, let's go ahead and check it, what exactly this class does is. So Workbook Factory is another class that is available in the POI API, and if we say workbook factory.create, there are methods. So if you say workbook factory.create method, it will create a new empty workbook depending on the parameter. So basically we are creating the workbook in this particular case. So we'll say workbook factory dot create, and we need to provide the input stream, right? So we'll use this particular method which has the input stream, and we'll pass the reference of the file, that file input stream that we have had, right? So that's the next step. Now we need to import this workbook and then just surround it with the either try catch or add the throws declaration. So I have added another throws declaration there, and the error is gone. The next step is to have the sheet, right? So we have to get the sheet. So first we need to open the Excel. So in the program we are reading the Excel file, so we need to open the workbook and then get the sheet which we want to read. So the next step is basically to have the sheet. So for example, I want to read the sheet, so I'll say sheet is equal to, and then which sheet we are trying to open. So sheet within the workbook, so we'll simply say workbook, that reference, and then we'll say get sheet. So we'll say get sheet method, and we'll say get sheet at, or so let's say get sheet at, and we can pass the index in that particular case, right? So the first sheet it will refer to, and then simply add the library. So we'll say Apache POI SS user model, right? Now the next step is to basically have the rows and cells that we want to read, right? So at the moment I'm just trying to read a single row and column, or row and cell. So we'll simply specify which row and cell we want to read. So for example, I want to read the 0th row and 0th cell. Then I'll simply say row and then row 0, and we'll just call this, so we'll say sheet 0 dot get row, and when we'll say dot get row, we'll simply pass the index there, and this will get us the first row in the sheet. And we'll import this Apache POI SS user model, and similarly for the column. So once we have the access to the row, the next step is to get the cell. So we'll say cell and then cell 0, and this cell will get it from, so row 0 dot and get cell method, and we'll say get cell, and in the argument here we'll pass 0. So this will get me the first index in the row and column. So basically first row and first column, or first cell. All right, and then we'll simply print out the value. So what we'll print out? We'll print out the cell value. Okay, so we'll simply say print cell value, and the last step is to close. So basically what we'll do is we'll say file input stream dot close, right? So these are the only steps to read the data from your Excel file. Okay, so file class, file input stream class. So you are chaining all these classes together, and then you are opening the workbook, then the sheet, and then actually specifying which row you want to access and the cell, and finally printing the value, right? So these are the 8 sort of steps that are the very basic of accessing the data from the Excel file. Now in the actual scenarios, you will be doing it in a lot more better way. You will be having the loops and getting the data dynamically, and you won't be actually doing it into accessing the cell value one by one. So I'll explain that after this demo. So if I run this now, you will see that the value that is stored at 0th row, right, and the 0th cell has been accessed. So here you see, so this is the 0th row. So when we say 0, it is basically points to the index 0 points to the first row, and index cell 0 points to the A column, right? And if I change the program here, or if I want to say, for example, I want to access cell 1, then I can simply change this to cell 1, and it will access me the next value in that particular cell, right? So if you go and you see that 56 has been accessed. So this is how you will access the values in your Excel file. Now say for example, I want to access all these values at once. So I want to iterate through and maybe use some loop and access all these values from the Excel sheet. So instead of doing these manual steps, I'll comment these 2 steps out and sys out as well. What we need to do is we will use the for each loop in Java. Okay, so how this loop works is, let me move this down. So basically for each loop, what it does is, so what you do is, say for example for, and then you have this colon operator to use the for each loop. And when we write, say for example, I want to read all the data into the sheet, so sheet 0, and I want to iterate through the rows and cells and get all the data. So I'll say the outer loop will be the row, so we'll iterate through the row, and within each row we'll then get the values in the column. So we'll start with the row, we'll say for each row, and get the variable row here, and then within the sheet, so we'll say which is the sheet, we'll say sheet 0, right? So this is the sheet that we are referring to. So for each row in the sheet, okay, then again we are using the for each loop. So within this row we are iterating over the cells, right? So we'll get the row and then we'll get the columns and get the values out of it, right? Then again we'll say for each cell in the row. In which row? In this particular row, right? So for each cell in the row, we'll again now iterate through. What we'll do is now internally we'll use a switch statement. So we'll say switch. And why we are using the switch statement? Because you see that here the data is, integer or boolean or string. It could be anything, right? So we will be using switch to ensure, depending on what type of data is there present in the cell, it can read any type of data and print it on the screen. So we'll use the switch statement, and we'll say switch, and then we'll say cell dot, so we'll get the data type. So we'll say get cell type, right? So what is the type of the cell, and depending on that we'll use the case statement. So we'll say switch case, and then we'll say case, and then cell dot, say for example, if I just hover over, it should give me yes. So you'll see that if the case is depending on what data type you have in that particular file, you can have all these cases. So at the moment in my Excel file, I have the numeric and string. Okay, so I'll just use numeric, string, and boolean there. So I'll say if the case is string, then what we'll do is we'll simply say sysout, or we'll print the value, the string value. And how to get the value? We'll say cell dot get string. So these are the methods that are available in the Apache POI library. So we'll say print cell dot get string value, and then again if you have the case is, say for example, boolean, so we'll say bool, and if I hover over, it will give me case is boolean. Then I'll say sysout and cell dot get string, or get boolean value this time, right? So this will get the boolean value, get boolean cell value. And similarly, let me copy and I'll change it to integer. So if case is numeric, right, then get numeric, we'll use the method get numeric cell value. Okay, so once these values are being read, then we'll simply, we can have a default here as well. So we'll say default, and if nothing is found, it will default, and then we'll simply use the break. All right, now we have to use break with after each of these cases. So we'll just add the break keyword after each of these cases, right? Now once this has been read, or the file has been read, then the next step is basically to, so here we are changing the line, right? So let me show you why we'll be how this println will print. So after that we are just closing the file, right? So this is the loop that we have utilized. So if I run this now, let's see how it reads the content of the file. So you can see that it has read all the content that is there in the file. So 3, 6 and 9. So 9 values have been printed on our screen, right? You can see that. Now if I go back and say, for example, I want to print it in the tabular format. Now because I am changing the line here, so it is changing the line after printing each value. So what I'll do is, instead of using systout.println, I'll use print in all 3 cases here. Okay, and then with this cell, or after getting the cell value, I'll simply put some space there. Okay, so what I can do is I can put some space. So I'll add some space, or you can add the tab as well. So you can say, /t. Let me put the space itself. Space should be fine. So let me put 2 spaces there, and I'll add this with others as well. Okay, and so we are printing the values. So these are so once this control comes into the row, this is the iteration that happens for the cell within the row. So until the values of each row are being printed, we are not changing the line. So we are just putting a space and then printing the next value, putting space, printing the next value. Okay, and after this for loop has been over, then we'll change the line. So here I'll just say sysout.println, just add one more statement, and now it should print into the tabular format. Right, now you can see that it has printed into the tabular format. So first value, second value with some spaces, the second value with some spaces, the third value, and then it has gone into the new line. It has picked up the next row, got all the values in the cell. Similarly, moved to the next line, got all the values and printed the rest of the values, and then closed the string. So this is this is basically how you will be reading the data from your Excel file. Steps are very simple. You just have to practice with these classes and go through the documentation of this POI library, go through the methods that are available, try to play around with the methods and see what methods are helpful for you and how you can read the data. After reading the data, if you want to format the data, say for example you want to remove this .0 and change it to integer, what all you are going to do. So these are a lot of other things that you can practice and master the core Java for Selenium automation. And this is very important concept of reading and writing this file, because what we'll be doing is, in the framework design, we'll be preparing the utility to read and write the data from the Excel file. So you won't be doing it again and again in all your test cases. So we'll be writing this utility once, which will have a lot more in-depth detail to handle different exceptions and other errors that very frequently happen. And we'll cover all that before we go ahead and design our automation framework. So please get yourself comfortable with these concepts, and this will be really helpful in your Selenium automation learning journey. So that's all for this tutorial about reading the data from the Excel file. Hope you liked the tutorial. Please do share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.